is Ginger, and I'm the director of Going Somewhere.
Hi, my name is Riley, and I'm the production designer of Going Somewhere.
Going Somewhere is about a troubled girl who runs away from home after a fight with her mother and meets a knowledgeable, older lady on her way, making her rethink her choices.
I think for our specific film, the most challenging part was the scheduling, as we had a few mishaps here and there, and I feel like it taught us a lot about professionalism and allowed us to get even more experience, and honestly, in some cases, it made our scenes even better because of the new location and place.
I'd say the most difficult thing about filming Going Somewhere was being the director. There's a lot more stuff built into it than what I imagined, and it was really fun to do, but obviously I have to filter out ideas, and in the end it worked out, and I actually really liked the role of it.
One thing that surprised me about the process of Going Somewhere was being on the other side of the table for auditions. Everyone auditioning kind of had their own version of what they thought we wanted, and what we actually wanted ended up being someone else's twist on the role.
One thing that surprised me about filming Going Somewhere was all the planning that you had to do before actually filming. Like, there were so many pre-documents and just in general just planning dates.
Because when you think about it, you're just like, oh, I just need a camera and I need to just start filming, but there's so much more behind it and so much more technical work, and it was really fun getting to experience that.
What I enjoyed most about the filmmaking process was getting to try new things I would have never tried before. I ended up doing sound, and I thought I would have hated the process, but I actually grew to love it once I started understanding how all of the technology about it worked.
One important thing that I want people to take from this film is to be forgiving to people and to remember that this is everyone's first time living, whether it's yourself, your mother, or a random person you meet on the bus. To me, Film Lab is a space where you can come to learn and grow. There are so many people, me included, who learn by doing and not by just hearing or seeing, but here you can get both. We hope you enjoy Going Somewhere.
I'm Reese. I am the producer for Familia.
I'm Eve. I'm the writer and director for Familia.
It's kind of about a guy who he's very stressed out with the newfound position of power that he has in a goofy mafia background.
I would describe Familia also as being about sort of learning to rely on other people instead of carrying something just on your shoulders.
Producing a film is a lot of people management skills. I learned a lot about it. Scheduling was very difficult. We had a lot of talented people, but they weren't always as available as we would like.
The final scene was filmed days apart in completely different rooms and then edited together. And the office scene was also a little bit more chunked together, with a lot of the Julia scenes being filmed on a different day than the ones with Lorenzo.
For 30 seconds, you end up spending 3-4 hours. So just the amount of time needed to film a production was not what I expected.
Working with other people went better than I expected in a good way, and that was nice, being with people I got along with. It wasn't just on me like a school group project would be, it was actually a collaborative effort.
There were just so many talented actors and people who helped out on this production, and hanging out with them was really fun for me.
Hanging out with people and also being able to talk to the actors, because there were also some fun character building stuff that happened, when Kimberly got a bunch of really good outfits that she thought would work for Julia, and that was really cool to see. For me, Film Lab was it was a good introductory class. I went into it thinking that I was supposed to know more initially than I actually did, but it's really good for if you don't know anything.
Shout out to everyone I had to work with to get this done, because they have all been real helpful just throughout all of this. I thank everyone who helped along with that process, really.
I'm Ella, and I was the director of My Shadow is Brighter. I also wrote it and acted in it.
I'm Chase Hunter, and I was the director of photography for My Shadow is Brighter.
My Shadow is Brighter is about becoming the best version of yourself, learning from mistakes, and just kind of finding out who you are as a person. You don't have to change your whole personality for somebody else. One thing that I found surprising about filmmaking was really how hot it gets and how much time it takes.
There's a lot of things involved in making the film, and it's just a lot of work. And though it's a lot of work and sometimes you're like, oh my god, this is too much, it's so worth it in the end because it's just like this amazing thing.
I've come to the realization why movie credits are so important in films. Each person has their individual jobs and puts individual time and effort to make what is their movie. It is definitely not a one-person show. Everybody has a task and everybody needs to work together in a group or it won't be successful.
The crew that we had was just amazing, and everyone was so funny, so creative, and it was just honestly a really good space.
I definitely made some lifelong friends here. I also thoroughly enjoyed being able to see every aspect of filmmaking in a different light than just an actor.
And you learn everything in Film Lab. You learn how to do lights, you learn how to do camera, you learn how to do sound, and you're just going to be so prepared for when you want to do something in the future with film, and I'm so happy for it. I was always really not sure what I was going to do in college, but now thanks to this, I definitely know I want to do film.
I would describe Film Lab as the greatest opportunity in Roanoke for filmmakers. I feel so comfortable here with being surrounded by people that have same interests, same drive, and it just feels like a home. Let's say we love Film Lab and put up our hands.
We love Film Lab!
I'm Jupiter Chapman, and I'm the writer and director of Play It Safe.
I'm Dexter Schaefer, and I'm the producer, and I did some of the camera work on Play It Safe.
It's kind of like Home Alone, but you're just focusing on the two idiot criminals. I was like, I don't really care about Kevin, like he's just some kid like doing all these stupid traps. I was always interested in like the Joe Pesci, like he's the best. I was surprised how much like ad-libbing we did and how much of that improv dialogue was really good and worked so well with the script.
Lighting the bedroom was kind of a nightmare. We tried to block out the windows at one point, tried to kind of artificially make it night, which didn't really work, so then we had to actually do it at night. And we were kind of getting weird shadows on the wall, but I liked how the shadows looked, so I tried to kind of get Kusha with his shadow kind of in the background, and I thought it gave like a cool shadow puppety effect, so I kind of leaned into that, make it less of a challenge and more of like a feature.
I learned how important props are. Having funny props is like a big thing for me, so the amount of time that I spent before we were on set just making sure we had all of our ducks in a row. I had to like run to Harbor Freight one day and pick up the cheapest safe I could find. I never really thought about those props, but that was a part that I really enjoyed.
The most fun for me was probably just figuring out what we were gonna film and how we were gonna film it when we got there, because we had all the equipment that we needed. I feel like when you get there you feel very differently, and it's best to trust your intuition about what you're filming. I want to get into directing as a career, so seeing what Jupiter did, I feel like I learned a lot from him because he got more into his groove the more the days went on. At the beginning it's kind of, you know, working with actors. You have to build out your relationship with them. It's kind of awkward on the first day, and then on the last day, you know, we're all kind of friends. And we developed a good relationship with Jesse, which I think is important, and seeing how you can build that as a director is pretty cool and pretty inspiring. I think Film Lab is a lot of fun. It's hands-on, but I don't think hands-on really does it justice. I mean, I think hands-on, I think like a science lab at school or something. I mean, it opens your mind up creatively to think about production in a different way, in a more artistic way, and it's not all just technical. I think without Film Lab, I probably wouldn't have made the decision to go to a film school. In the fall, I am going to UNC School of the Arts. Basically, my whole reel that I submitted to them was 10 minutes of stuff that I did in Film Lab.
I feel like even if you don't end up going on into film production, you just develop a lot of skills like patience. I feel like I've gotten like way more patience since I've started doing Film Lab. Those nights of production can be absolutely grueling, and you just learn how to like work with people. Like it's just a professional skill that you can use even if you don't go into film production.
All I want to say is that this movie will change your entire life.